Hey YouTube, Tio here with Simplistic Fishing. Hey, today we're going to do something a little bit different. Definitely another lake breakdown, but this time we're going to a small lake that's out in Fort Worth, Texas. It's called Marine Creek Reservoir. This one actually got my attention because I was reading on a Texas fishing forum, and some guy had caught a 14-pound bass out of here just 2 years ago in January. So definitely going to go out and hit up this lake, but before we do it, we always want to do the lake breakdowns. So stick around. I'll point out all those spots for you that look good to me. Also have some interesting information for you on Navionics. Wasn't able to find much there, but I did find some stuff on the Ibooty app that we'll cover. So, anyways, let's jump right into this thing. Highlights.
All right, well, let's jump into this thing. So this is Marine Creek Reservoir. It's about a 250-acre lake. From what I understand, it is a troll only, so no wake. You can't have any type of wake on the lake at all. And then I also noticed that it also has some fluctuation from about 1 to 3 feet. So the fluctuation is not very much at all. So when pulling it up on the dates, like pulling back into 2014 or 2017, just not a lot of difference. So I wasn't able to pick up too many points on here, but I do want to show you what I was able to pick up, and then we're going to switch over to Navionics and iBoating, and I'll show you some contours and some places to look there. So we'll be able to wrap this whole entire lake up in one video. So let's start right here by the boat ramp. Obviously, I marked that. Boat ramps are always good to fish at. We also have an old boat ramp or an old road that comes through here. You can kind of see it here. You can see the concrete pad, so there's probably something underneath here. And then you've got a nice drainage pipe too. If you look really closely, there's a drainage pipe right there that comes out. And those are always good places to fish as well. Again, couldn't really pick up too much off these bank lines because the water doesn't fluctuate much. There are some shallow rocks that are right in here. Let's go ahead and pull this back. I might be able to show you at least a little bit of what it looked like. 2014. All right, so here we go. You can see there's some shallow rocks here. There's also some shallow rocks right there off that point. Not really much. Again, you got a little bit more rock along this bank line as well. And then you've got some shallow rocks that are right up here along this little beach, or it looks like they have some paddle boats or something like that, but there's some rocks right off the edge of that, around that dock, and there's also an old boat ramp there I didn't catch before, so this could be a pretty good area to take a look at. Now, Texas Park and Wildlife Department has also put 2 fish attractors in here, so I put those waypoints on there as well. The first one is right here, and then the other one is going to be somewhere right over in here. I thought it was somewhere in here. Oh, here it is, down here on this point. So again, let's just move back up. So you do have the fish attractor here. It's a little ways off the bank, so that's definitely something you want to check out. And then look, this is a pretty good drainage ditch coming through here too, so I would take a look at that. There's a creek back here. Wasn't much of a creek channel that I could make out. It kind of looks like it goes along here and maybe spins back off onto this side. So I'd probably fish really this side. I'd focus more of my attention on, but at least look on this at this picture. That's where it looks like it's going. You've also got a good creek channel back there. Got some good rock bank line that pretty much runs all the way over this entire point, so this whole area could be a good place to fish. There was also some things on Navionics where it showed that people were catching fish right off this point. There were 2 different spots that they showed were good, so you want to check out that point for sure. You've also got another little creek that comes in from the back here. Not much of a creek channel to show, but there is a boat dock back there, so definitely fish that. Not a lot of docks on this lake, so the ones that are there should be holding fish. And then here, just kind of moving on in, you can see we've got some shallow rock and some cover that we could flip around. And then we're really going to get almost all the way back up to the boat ramp before we see anything again. And then here, I believe this is an old road or an old ramp, and there's an old roadbed right here. I know just from reading the forums and stuff, they do catch fish off this old roadbed. So I'd definitely scan the roadbed. And then you've got these ramps and things here. If there aren't people there, it would definitely be a good place to take a look at. And then moving on back, you do have some flooded timber in the back of this cove you could take a look at. It's kind of hidden in there, but could be a nice little brush pile to fish. And then moving up, we've got a rocky bank line again around this point with that fish attractor that we talked about. Now, I marked where the rocks ended, and then I've also got flooded brush basically from here. Got one right there that you can kind of see. So it's a good one. Good brush piles to fish. And then another one here is a pretty significant laydown in the water that would be really good to target. And then if you look back in here, I don't know if you can get back in here. It looks like they're doing some kind of ski course or something, but if you can come back in here, there is a boat ramp and there's some rocks over here. There's also a nice concrete slab over here at the back side as well. And then again, there's another old boat ramp or something that's sticking out. And again, those are always good to fish. You got the riprap over here, and then we are all the way back to the boat ramp. So again, not a lot of points and waypoints to share with you, but I did find a few things. So you definitely want to take these. And as always on my videos, if you want to get these waypoints, just all you got to do really is just hit that subscribe button. Send me a private message at Simplistic Fishing. Send me your email address, and I will get those sent over to you as soon as possible. So with that being said, let's switch over. I want to show you what Navionics actually look like for this lake because it wasn't that impressive. So if we look at Navionics, I was hoping I would come here and find the contours, and there's really just not very many contours to this map at all. So this really doesn't do me any good at all, except for maybe show you where a couple of the locals might have spots, but those could be crappie for all we know. We don't even know if those are bass spots or not. So looking at Navionics, unfortunately, first time in a long time, but Navionics didn't really do much for me here. So I was thinking I was toast and all I was going to be able to share with you were those Google waypoints, but I was able to find a website that did have a map of the lake. And so I wanted to show you that as well. So let's take a look at that one. So this is the Ibooty map, and this one actually shows contours. So I was really interested by this because if it shows me the contours, now I kind of have an idea of where I need to be focused on. So if we're not focusing on the bank, maybe we're looking for drop-offs and things like that. So I just want to point out a few things here for you guys on this map, some different areas that you might want to look at. You got the boat ramp over here, right? Well, if you look right here where the middle of the screen is, you've got a little bit of a drop that's right here. You've got a little bit of a drop right here. So I would focus on these little drops. There's another one right there as well. So you've got a couple you could look at, maybe just scan around them, see if there's anything there. And then moving on up, you definitely have that brush pile or that Texas Park and Wildlife fishing facility that they put out there. It's not really a brush pile. PVC pipe, stuff like that. That's somewhere right off of this drop. So you got a little bit of a flat there, and you've got a drop there. So I would take a look at that. I would also come back here where this creek channel is. You know me and creek channels, I love them. So I'd follow this creek channel, fish along there, fish here where these drop-offs are. And then this bank line, we said earlier on the Google Earth, it looked like the creek channel went this way, but really look at the contour. It looks like the creek channel must have spun out and then come back off to this other side, to the left side. So I'd fish this bank line for sure, anywhere on those drop-offs. And right out here off the edge of the point, I would just work the point just like that with those contours. This creek channel could be good too. Don't see too much from a contour standpoint that would draw me there, but this bank line does. It's got good drop-offs. And you've got a really nice drop-off that's out here. So 19 to 30 foot, almost a 10-foot drop-off that happens right out in here, out in the middle. The bad news about this map is that I can't get the GPS coordinates. So really I'm just looking at this, and then I'm going to go out and actually have to scan it with the boat to be able to mark these spots. But I will be looking at that area for sure. And then just a couple more spots I wanted to point out to you. This bank line here has a really nice drop. You can see here we've got some good drop here, we've got some good drop here, and then you've got one that's kind of out here. Again, it's probably hitting 15 and then dropping straight off to 30, so there must be some sort of a ledge here. Another one right in there. So check out those. And then, obviously if you're down there fishing the riprap, check all that stuff out. That should be good. And that is really about it for this lake. So sorry I don't have too much to share with you, but again, it is a small lake, only 250 acres. And for what I hear, it is great for kayaks and john boats as well. It's not really bass boat material. I guess it is. If you just want to troll around, you don't have a problem with that. But if you want to get up on the big motor, this would not be the lake that you'd want to go to. But kayaks, john boats, bank fishing, this is the lake for you. Guys, I hope this helps. Again, if you want those waypoints, just hit that subscribe button and send me your email address with the private message, obviously, but send me your email address and I'll get those waypoints sent over to you. Until next time, tight lines. Hope you catch a big one this spring. Take care.